So I think speaking and talking specifically to the camera and just kind of going on a rant and being able to articulate your thoughts somewhat concisely, but at least clearly and confidently, is one of the most important skill sets that you can have in 2025 and in the years to come. And there's a few reasons I want to talk about this in today's video. So the first thing is the most powerful thing you can do nowadays, in my opinion, the highest ROI thing that you can do is create a personal brand. And you've probably heard me talk about this before, whether you know me in person or you see my other videos. I believe that having a strong enough personal brand is really all you need nowadays if you're going to have your own business of some kind, right? If you're going to make money online, maybe you want to make passive income somehow, or develop multiple streams of income. All roads sort of lead back to personal branding. How can you have an audience of people who are, in tune with what you do online? How can you create value? And I think it should be for a small amount of people, not an insanely large group of people who you're really not providing much value to. Instead, it should be a small group of people who you are catering to and you're providing a lot of value to, right? You've probably heard me talk about this before. I just made a separate video about that. But there are so many people, this is what I want to talk about in this video, is there's so many people who I know who have a very strong personal brand, and they've grown it to many millions of followers, probably millions or if not billions of streams across all these different platforms and everything, and they're making tons and tons of money. And it just is because they can speak well. It's literally just, that's all it is. You don't have to even necessarily be a videographer or an editor, right? My personal brand does happen to revolve around visual art and content creation and videography, video production, photography, all this stuff, right? That is sort of my niche. And then these speaking videos, which I've been posting on YouTube, are a supplement towards that, I think. Now, this is sort of an insight into myself, right? This is like my opinions and my unfiltered thoughts if people are interested in hearing them. But I think if I do this for long enough, this could be its own, facet to the whole brand, right? That's why I wanted to start doing videos like this, because it's really easy for me to do these, and there's no editing involved, and it doesn't really detract from the main thing that I'm focusing on, which again is video production. So I think it's just so important to be able to speak, and this took me a while to get to this point before I was able to just literally turn on the camera and start speaking and make points and actually make it make sense, and not say too many ums and ahs throughout there to where it's the actual point of the video is becoming misconstrued. At least I hope. And also I think being personal and personable and not so stiff, right, is a part of it. You almost feel like you're speaking to a person, hopefully, when you watch these videos that I've been recording. So this is something that's extremely important, and it's something that you should really double down on and get good at in 2025, and again, just I think in the following years, because number one, it's a really easy way to give people insight into you as a person and what you actually sound like and act like and think like, but it's also it's just real. You know what I mean? It's just real. It's not, there's no edits to these videos. There's no, what I'm saying is if you can't speak very confidently and very fluently and openly and honestly and calmly, right? If you instead have to say one line at a time off of a teleprompter or something, and then robotically, read lines that you wrote out and then edit those lines together, it doesn't hit the same. Now, there are benefits, of course, to doing that. It's going to be probably more concise. You get to make sure you're saying the exact things you want to be saying, but that takes a lot longer, and it doesn't hit the same as far as authenticity goes. And I've made a separate video about how important being authentic is in today's day and age. So this is a way that you can, reach people in a way that is authentic and feels real, right? It feels like you're actually there in the room with me, and you're getting a taste of what I would actually be like if you were here with me talking, right? That's at least my goal of these videos. And of course, to provide some kind of value or some kind of food for thought as you watch these. So, I think that's really it. If you're looking to start a personal brand, this is where you start. This is literally where you start. I've had so many people ask me, what should I post? Like, what should I actually do? And if you want to start a personal brand, the way I think that you differentiate yourself, obviously you need to have some kind of like a niche, some kind of like an actual thing that you do. But like, what types of people are you trying to attract? What types of value are you trying to provide? What's your actual thing? And it could literally be anything. But as far as a really easy, replicable way that you can consistently create content and post and start to reach people is literally just by speaking. And that's usually my answer for people is whatever your niche is, whatever your brand is, whatever it may be, if you are not trying to be it's a little different for me specifically because I am actually a videographer, right? So unless you are going to be a videographer, if you want to have crazy, editing and cinematic videos and, all this stuff, you're going to have to learn a lot or hire that stuff out. But the thing that I like to tell people is you don't actually need that unless your niche is actually going to be content creation. If your niche is, let's say, commission sales, or your niche is, plants, and you really are just into plants. Maybe your niche is, pet care, stuff that you're going to talk about how you can take care of an animal, right? For any niche that you name, pretty much, you don't need to have super, super high quality edits and cinematic, qualities to your content. You don't actually need that. You just need to convey a message clearly. And you do that by, first and foremost, being able to speak to the camera. And that's why this is what you should double down on. This is the skill set that you need, I believe, to start a personal brand and keep it going. And, it takes a while. If you're listening to me talk like this right now, or you've seen other videos of mine where I'm speaking like this, and it's just one big take, this took a while to get to this point to where I can just do this. So, obviously you got to start somewhere. So if you're interested in doing this, you just have to start and get your reps in. And I think that if I were to go, I haven't done too much public speaking, but I think if I were to go and speak in front of an audience, this skill translates because you're able to keep calm and sort of maintain this stream of thought and speak articulately without having somebody else in the room and without having to take these long pauses to think, or without saying a lot of ums and ahs and all that stuff. So it certainly did not happen for me overnight. But anyways, that is all for this video. I think that pretty much makes the point. So I'll talk to you guys super soon. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what other topics you want me to talk about, and I will talk to you super soon.